Hi, it's Kristen. Welcome back for another homeschool video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what we used in our kindergarten year for my twin boys. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we liked it and maybe what we didn't like or why we switched to something else, that kind of thing, all in this video. Most of these curriculums I do have full in-depth reviews and look inside of. I'll link those down below. So I'm going to start with language arts. We started the year using the Master Books Foundations phonics curriculum. My boys they're 5, but they're very young 5 for kindergarten, and so I knew I needed something a little bit more gentle for them. The Good and the Beautiful Level K is a little bit too advanced, so I decided to go with the Foundations phonics. I really was happy with it for probably 3/4 of the way through or so. I felt like the way it introduced the sounds and everything was really great. My boys were enjoying it and getting it. Some of the things that we didn't love about it are so there's a story at the beginning of every lesson, and so it kind of will tell like a Bible story, which is great, and then we'll introduce a word like Noah or something when they're learning the letter N, and we'll talk about Noah. No, there's a new sound, Noah, and things like that, which is great. But the actual Bible lesson itself is a little bit dry and kind of long for a language arts curriculum. I felt like my boys would kind of get antsy while I was reading it. It wasn't really keeping their attention very well. And it's not like they're the kind of boys who won't sit for a book. We read all the time to them and they love books, but the stories were just a little dry. And then the other thing I didn't love is as we started nearing the end, like I said, about 3/4 of the way through, they start introducing, they might have started this around halfway through, they start introducing like a whole page full of words. And so they'll have the larger words be the ones that the child reads, and then the smaller ones be the one that the parent or teacher reads, and which is great. But then they started kind of introducing longer sections, and that would overwhelm my boys. They would see this big long thing with actually some surprisingly difficult words, even for them just trying to sound it out. I felt like it kind of jumped ahead too quickly for them. Maybe that's not the case for all children. Maybe if they're a little bit more advanced, this wouldn't be a problem, but it definitely was a problem for my boys. They would see all those words on the page and just like freeze up, and they're like, oh, I don't want to do it, I don't know, you know. And so that would be the two things I would say that we didn't love about it. Because of those things, about 3/4 of the way through, we decided to stop this, and I didn't really know where to go from there. I knew that they weren't ready for the Good and the Beautiful Language Arts Level K. And so a book that I had on hand that I used with my daughter, I think it was more like when she was preschool, like maybe like 4 years old or maybe early 5, is this one called Teach Your Child to Read in 100 Easy Lessons. So this is a great book if you just want something very simple. It's nothing fancy in here. They're not learning anything fancy. It's very basic, just sounding out letters, learning how to do that, and then just slowly learning how to, sound out the words, of course, and learn how to read. It really does work. It teaches, the basics really, really well. Like I said, not fancy at all. It's very, very plain. And so we started using this and we've been working our way through it. But again, it's dry. It's very basic. I really want something a little more interactive and, something that brings in other elements and things, not just like, here's a letter, say the sound, now blend it together, and then you're done. Like the lessons are short, which is nice, but it's not a complete language arts curriculum in my opinion. Does it teach your child to read in 100 Easy Lessons? Yes, I believe that it would do that. I think I got about halfway through with my daughter and she did great. It laid kind of a good foundation for her to be able to jump into the Good and the Beautiful Level K language arts. But as far as it being just like a complete language arts curriculum, it's definitely not that. So because of that, we're working on this for right now, but I have ordered the Good and the Beautiful primer. So I'm very excited about that. I did the little assessment test for my boys, and I think that's going to be perfect for them. I didn't have to do that with my daughter, maybe because of this helped her a lot, and so she was able to jump right into the level K. And girls and boys are different, and age differences, all that. No need to compare really, but I'm excited to get the Good and the Beautiful primer in. I'll make sure to do a video just showing you guys all about it and a look inside. I know you guys really love those videos. So for language arts, we're working through this right now, but we are waiting for the primer to come, and I'm hoping to do that this summer. Also, I did want to mention that I'm going to be making a video in the next coming weeks talking about what we're going to be using for summertime, like what kind of workbooks and how we're going to keep, you know, the skills and things fresh in the kids' minds. So I'm going to be sharing that really soon, so be on the lookout for that. The next thing I will talk about is math. So we used Math Lessons for Living Education Level K. Again, there is a full look inside on my other channel. I'll link it in the description below for you. This has been great for my boys. So they really love doing math. It's something, it has kept their attention throughout the whole thing. You know, they're not like, oh, math, like they really love it, which I think is huge. I will say again, just like I said in the review, that it is very gentle and in my opinion, a little bit below a normal level K math curriculum. They don't even get into addition in here. They are working just on number sense and, you know, ordering things like, you know, what comes first, what comes second, third, shapes, things like that, or I guess they call that sequencing. And then they just basically learn up to number 10, learning like positional words and things like that. It's been great, pretty easy for them, but maybe that is just what they needed this year. But I'm excited because I think they're going to be ready for the Math Lessons for Living Education Level 1. And so we'll move on to that in the fall for them. So my boys did the Good and the Beautiful Level K handwriting, which is just this little kind of half-page book. They loved it. They did great. This is nothing fancy. It's very basic, but it does exactly what you want a handwriting curriculum to do. I love it. I have no complaints about it. It worked really, really well for them. I just love the feeling of wrapping up a school year. It just, there's so much just accomplishment, and I love just kind of like looking back at the books and looking in the beginning and seeing how their handwriting has changed and improved and things like that. It really is just like a fun time, you know, wrapping things up and looking back on the year and saying like, okay, what worked and what didn't work. So thanks for watching this video today. I would love to hear from you. Did you use any of these curriculums that I mentioned, or what are you planning to use this fall? Do you have any ideas for me or suggestions? I would love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video today, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.